Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're going to build the Durafly Bonanza. Before we start though, I downloaded the manual and it is so impressive. This aircraft has no more than 7 parts. The fuselage, 2 wings, 2 tailplanes, 2 fuel tanks, and that's it. It has a few bits and pieces for joining things together like a little spar and some screws, but that's it. Yet this manual is 10 pages long. That's it, that's the manual, 10 pages, got some whacking great big pictures. It's very clear, very simple, very straightforward. So I'm looking forward to putting this together. And you know what? As with all builds, it starts by taking the product out of the box. So we just move aside the things that we don't need right now, which are both the wings, the wing tanks, and all of these parts. And that is basically, we're going to be gluing that in there, and that in there. And it does say to test fit them first. We've just done. It looks okay. Well, one of the good things about this Bonanza is it's got a flat bottom, so I don't need any plane stand to work on it. This is the glue I'm using, Yoo-Hoo Pour. I must have built about 10 aircraft using this single tube. So what we need to do is just test fit things first. And they go together very well. Next thing we've got to do is prepare the surfaces, because this stuff is really smooth. And I always rough up the areas where this glue is going to make contact. These aren't deep cuts, but it's just something that the glue can key into rather than have a smooth waxy surface. This part, not this part. So all these smooth waxy parts that go in there, I'm now going to rough up as well. Now we put the contact adhesive on. Because there is some overlap that I've missed, where the glue overlaps onto this piece. I'm just going to rough that little bit up there as well, just to give it something to key into. A tiny bit more in. Alright, oops, let's see if we can get this together. Gotta watch this stuff. It goes off. It can go off so fast depending on the ambient temperature of a room that when you come to put it together you can't move it. It just binds instantly, which that almost did, but it's okay. I think given the type of craft it is, we're good to go with that. We need a wing, and we need another wing. We need this piece. We need this piece. We need this little metal spar. Here's the bits for the next build, gluing together of. Here's the underside of one wing, here's the underside of the other wing. These two have to be glued together, like so. Don't know how I'm going to do that. But there's a little square in here and it says to test fit this spar. So that's just what I'm going to do. That goes in there. That's alright. Just go into here. Yep, that's okay. That's okay. This spar is, it needs to be out here where the actual wing joins, where the dihedral is, and it's not happening because as you do this it pushes it in. So I think the first thing I've got to do is perhaps mix a bit of epoxy up, mark the centre point so it's absolutely clear on this spar, push it down one of the wings up so the actual dihedral starts flush with this, because at the moment you push the bar in, the dihedral's over here and you don't want that. You want it level with the wing joint. I've got some 5-minute epoxy. That will do for all of this actually. I'll use that on the wings. Always leak, always leak. That's why I put them in bags. What I'm going to do now, before that goes off, get my ruler, and put it there, and make sure that's where the spar dihedral is. There. That's it. So that's good. I'm going to leave that to go off. Move that out of the way. I'll do that one later when the epoxy's set.
A few moments later.
Well, it's been about 10 minutes, which should be enough for this to bind in place. Yeah, it's fine. I just had a thought about this. Is very shiny plastic here. I thought it might be peel off or something, but it isn't. So I don't quite know what glue's going to hold that in place. Yeah, that's better. I'm going to use Yoo-Hoo pour, let it go really tacky and then shove them together. I'm not going to bother gluing this bit in there. This was just to keep this in place with the dihedral actually at where the wings join. There's a bit I need as well, which goes on the front of the wing. It has 2 round plastic pegs on it, which is this piece. Just leave them for about 2 minutes. These are epoxy in with 5-minute epoxy. This I don't know about. I thought that shiny side might be like sticky tape. It's plastic, very glossy. Leave it like that to dry. Come back 5-10 minutes when that's had a chance to cure. Okay, let's move that out of the way. Let's move these out of the way and see how these wings are doing. Yeah, they're pretty good. Bit messy underneath. I never have been a good gluer. This stuff's great because you can let it go tacky and then just whack them together. And any other type of glue, this epoxy stuff, I get it everywhere. But I haven't done too bad. This is supposed to go here. I'm not really sure what it is. What I think I'm going to do with this is cover it with double-sided tape and just tape it in there, two strips down there, and just tape it like that. Yeah, but it's bonded okay. There we are. What's next? Next is servo testing. Oh, here we are. Yep, that's good. This one I'm really happy with. This one I'm not so happy with. It could do with coming down 1 notch, literally 1 notch. It's pretty close. I will do that with the transmitter. But they're good. So what we need to do now is finish this job off and put this thing on the underside. It goes like that. Doesn't quite fit actually, it's a bit big. I'm not going to glue it. What I'm going to do is use double-sided tape. So let me go and get my double-sided tape. Job done. We leave that not quite as long, maybe a minute this time, so there's still a bit of give in it so you can push it on, otherwise it will get stuck going on. That's been about a minute. Let's just see what happens when I push this on. Yep, that's great. That's one. Just leave that to dry and we'll repeat the process at this end. The same thing, we separate them. We leave them for about 1 minute. That's it. Job on the wings has been completed. So the next step is basically getting the wing attached to the fuselage. But it does say after the glue areas have cured. So for me, that means I'm going to leave these overnight. For you watching this, it means I'm going to do it right now.